they sandblast chain healing.
I call the June 22nd, 2026 Mexico City Council meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Haig.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Fink.
Yep.
Ray.
Yes.
Briggs.
Approval of minutes.
Move we approve the minutes of June 8th, 2026 with the exceptions that Vicky Briggs was not present and Alex Fink was. They're reversed on the minutes.
Rude. Second.
Haig.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes?
Fink.
Yep.
Ray.
Yes.
Briggs.
New business, ordinances, bill number 2026-36, an ordinance designating and renaming the existing Missouri Department of Transportation Outer Service Road of U.S. Highway 54. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor, we have a citizen request to rename this outer road, namely because of the ability to be certainly more accurate for simply finding the property. So, to cover the request, Drew Wilford.
Well, good evening, council. This is a little atypical as far as items that we bring forth, but Laura Cash has requested that the existing outer road, as you see on screen here with the blue dotted line, be renamed. And as Bruce mentioned, a lot of that has to do with postage and can even have to do with 911 and the response thereof. Right now, the address for their property, which is shown in that yellow outline, is addressed to East Liberty Street. So this proposal would go ahead and change the name in that blue dashed area to Cash Lane. As part of this, there is a bit of a process involved since this property is somewhat, or at least the drive is somewhat in the City of Mexico, somewhat in Vandiver, but it's MoDOT's responsibility to maintain. All three parties are involved. So Vandiver Village has provided their consent to move forward. MoDOT has provided their consent. However, they request that we pass an ordinance to change the name of that, and then we will follow up with MoDOT to get all of that moving forward. We would run this through our standard procedure and notify the post office, notify 911, all those items, as far as we do for any new address. So we've reviewed it. We don't see any concerns with moving forward. We'd recommend proceeding with 2 readings by title only and passage, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
How much do we get on naming rights? What's like Mizzou getting for naming their stadium? Like,
So we should sell naming rights.
yeah, I should have naming
Should have
rights for
sold,
that.
yeah.
for that
Didn't
little
think about
road
that
there.
beforehand. I'm afraid it's already prepared.
Might pay for, may pay for some stormwater curbing or something somewhere, you know, a little extra.
I move for reading of bill number 2026-36.
Second.
Haig.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Fink.
Yep.
Ray.
Yes.
Briggs.
Bill number 2026-36, an ordinance designating the renaming the existing Missouri Department of Transportation Outer Service Road to US 54 located near Consolidated Electric to Cash Lane. I move for the second reading of bill 2026-36.
Second.
Haig.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Ray.
Yes.
Briggs.
Bill number 2026-36, an ordinance designating the renaming of the existing Missouri Department of Transportation Outer Service Road to US 54, located near Consolidated Electric, as Cash Lane. I move for passage of Bill 2026-36.
Haig.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Ray.
Yes.
Briggs.
New business resolutions. Bill number 2026-37, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign task order number 2 with Engineering Surveys and Services LLC. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor. As part of the design for the City Hall Public Safety Project, we need to prepare an ALTA survey. And for the design team, we can do this a little less expensive by going direct with our on-call folks to cover the details once they get to the call.
Well, good evening, council. So this is at least a fun one because we're beginning to move with the new City Hall and Public Safety Facility. This task order, which is developed by Engineering Surveys and Services, is developed by one of our on-call consultants. So we have a master service agreement with this entity, and it's for survey services specifically located at 711 East Jackson Street, which would be the address of the City Hall / Public Safety Facility building. The ALTA, or American Land Title Association survey, that does grab a few extra items as compared to a standard survey. So you think property boundary survey. This is going to check for easements and several other items which are detailed out in one of the attachments to this. And Navigate Building Solutions has actually asked that these items be conducted prior to August to try to help the design team speed up their process. So this process is a little bit of a, the work's got to be done eventually, but it also helps speed up time as far as the design process goes. So the total amount provided here by Engineering Surveys and Services is for $11,100, and staff has reviewed the task order and finds it acceptable moving forward, meets all the criteria that Navigate Building Solutions has requested as well, and the timeline to be completed by August 1st. So we'd recommend proceeding with reading title only, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
I move for a reading of bill number 2026-37.
Second.
Haig.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes. Bill number 2026-37, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign task order number 02 with Engineering Surveys and Services, LLC, for professional survey services related to the new City Hall Public Safety Project. I move for passage.
Second.
Haig.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Bill number 2026-38, a resolution authorizing city manager to execute agreements with various organizations for recommended funding from the Mexico tourism tax. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor, the Tourism Commission has met, and they have some recommendations for some upcoming events, community events, and to cover what the recommendation is, Vicki Dean.
Good evening. We bring forth tonight a couple of requests from new entities, new events. The Audrain County Health Department presented a request for some advertising assistance for 3 of their History Takes a Walk events to be held this fall. The amount requested was $540 for some advertising in the Ledger, and that was the amount recommended by the council. And then a new event to be held late August is an event put on by Midwest Music Mecca, or Nick Danger, for a Mexico Summer Jam event. He requested $13,000, and with this being the first year of his request, the commission did make a slightly smaller recommendation to just let him kind of feel that out and see what kind of a crowd he actually could draw in with a little less money. So they went with the $4,000 amount to kind of match up with some of the funding they've provided to other organizations with similar day-long activities like that. So that was their request, was the $4,000 amount. So
Where would
staff,
that be held?
that would be held at Fairy Tale Event Center out north of Mexico on 15. That particular event is held out there.
And what kind of an event is it?
It's a music event, has a lot of, it's a very eclectic blend of music. Kind of a later afternoon, evening event into the early morning hours of the day is the type of event that he's proposed. He has a pretty extensive plan. Several of the commissioners had already heard about it. He's already done some advertising and promotion on TikTok. So he's somebody that a few of them had heard of. This is the flyer that he presented. So there's a whole lineup of artists. The time frame is the event's held from 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. Located at Fairy Tale Estates.
Yep.
Has live music, food, vendors, cars, fire performers, a live fireworks display, and good vibes.
What was that date again? I'm sorry.
The event of that is Saturday, August 22nd. So they did note that is the same time as the Soybean Festival, but they were still inclined to provide some funding or recommend it.
I move for reading of bill number 2026-38.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Yes?
Miller,
Yes.
Fink,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Bill number 2026-38, a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute agreement with various organizations for recommended funding for the Mexico tourism tax. I move for passage of bill number 2026-38.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes?
Fink,
Yes.
Ray,
No.
Briggs,
Yes.
Bill number 2026-39, a resolution supporting Teal Lake Village Phase 2 and authorizing a city contribution for sanitary sewer infrastructure. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor, as I think we all know, we need housing in the community. We have reviewed the Teal Lake Village Phase 2 before for funding, and they also requested, funding application through the Missouri Housing Development Commission, which did not receive funding, but they're trying again, and they've asked for some support from the community to hopefully make a better application and to cover the request and what they're looking to do. Gigi?
Thank you. So this isn't new to a lot of you, but it is to a few of you. Teal Lake Village is trying again. They weren't going to try, but long story, they're back on the table, and it has been moved up, the application from September to August. This request, I just kind of did a little bit of research for you guys to let you know that there is such a need for affordable and workforce housing. They have 62 names on the waiting list out there at Phase 1. Their rents range on the two-bedroom for $683 a month to the average out to $827 for a three-bedroom a month. And what they're asking for is some help in the sewer. And can you show that sewer where they have to bring, yeah, so the blue line is where all the sewer line, and that's about 2,660 feet of sewer line. They're asking for us to pay of the cost to contribute, and that contribution helps them get more points for MHDC. Last year, they got 129 points. It was just shy of them getting awarded, and just like you see with a grant, they like to have buy-in with the community. So that would awarded them more points, and we probably would have been picked last year if we maybe would have done that. So we're trying again this year. We did a little research here. To lay sewer lines, about $140 per linear foot. So that 2,600 feet that's going to have to be laid to get to that Phase 2 is about $364,000 cost, and they're asking to have some help of about $50,000 of that. So, and just to show you how competitive it is, 70 applications applied for that last year. 21 were approved, but only 7 were from rural areas. And a lot of those, 5 of those 7 were in a FEMA disaster area too last year. So very competitive, and I just want to say the attached resolution is presented to council's consider in support of Teal Village Lake Phase 2 housing development and its application for funding through the Missouri Housing Development Commission. The resolution would also authorize a $50,000 city contribution for the fiscal year of 2026-2027 budget, strictly limited to sanitary sewer infrastructure development associated with the Teal Lake Village Phase 2 project. This has been this will be our 4th application for trying to get some housing development. And in your packet, you'll see it's carried over from last year. It's the same housing unit. There's going to be 46 total units, 23 duplex included in that 32 two-bedroom and 14 three-bedroom, all on that 7.03 acres. The city has previously taken several actions related to this project through the years. Council approved rezoning from R1 to R3 in September of 2022, accepted a permanent sanitary sewer easement from Seidenstricker in 2023. The city records reflect council action supporting the city serving as a continuing authority for related sewer extension. Prior letters of support submitted with this project materials have included support from the Mexico Area Chamber of Commerce, True Manufacturing, Audrain County Commissioners, Mexico Public Schools. These letters have generally identified a continued need for affordable and workforce housing stability for families and students, and the relationship between housing availability and local workforce retention. Staff recommends that the $50,000 contributed be continued upon the project receiving, or be contingent upon the project receiving MHDC funding and proceeding to construction, to be dedicated funding for a portion of the HIP housing incentive, and executive upon agreement that said funding is only eligible for sanitary sewer infrastructure costs. Staff recommends council proceed with reading and title only and passage of the attached resolution. Are there any questions?
Why were we 129 points short last time?
We scored 129.
So why were we short? Was it because we had this last time, right?
So when I asked how that works, she just said that they changed it last year because 2025, when I researched, we were at 135, and that would have made us win, but she said MHDC changed it, but I think the reason that maybe we fell short is because, as I said, there were 5 of 7 that were in the FEMA disaster area, and they may have scored a little higher. I don't really know, but really the ranges from the ones that were awarded were 130 to 146. So we were really just 1 point short. She thought this would, showing that we were showing contribution to the project, kind of like your matches that you have in grants, kind of give you a higher score, that it would give us a higher score and get us past that hump. So,
Well, we offered money last time, didn't we?
yeah, 10,000.
10,000.
Where do the southern properties attach in there, Drew, to a sewer of Teal Lake?
Morris Street.
So the
Southern, on the south side.
Yeah,
of
south
Teal
side
Lake
Teal
Road.
Lake.
There's a sewer system that runs east-west through there and then meets up with Clark Street, I believe it is. I can show you on it.
But it's not big enough to attach in that new phase.
Actually, the biggest barrier there is the creek, that ditch that runs parallel. So they can't go south because of that stormwater ditch that's in the trees there. They can't go back to the west because of elevation issues, so their only choice is to go back east.
And that sewer system, the blue line represents, that would only service their development.
So
I saw the word future development on here
Right.
too, but
That's-
that would be if it continues going east
Right.
with
And
more
that-
streets.
One of the biggest problems we have right now, speaking with developers, is that cost of the infrastructure, the public infrastructure up front. Cost for the sanitary sewer system, drinking water, and then especially streets and storm sewer. This would help eliminate at least one of those points because it opens up sanitary sewer to all of the remaining, what is that, 50 acres or something, 40, 50 acres that's there.
So we would take on 50,000 of it and they would do the other 300,000, right?
Right.
If they want to build that.
Yeah, if they get funded.
Yeah.
Yeah, contingent. And so in that fund, basically is 110, and then 50 would be designated for them, and there's 60 left over.
Yes.
Is that the way I understand
Yes.
it? Okay.
And I believe we have another project that's applying for that, which should be coming forth on that.
Yeah. Just random question. What does UFAS stand for in like a 3-bedroom unit? Some of them have that designation. Is that some kind of handicap?
Some of them have, one has to be workforce, right?
Not a big deal. I just noticed,
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'll let you know. I'll find out for sure.
I was just curious. It's something different about a couple of those units.
I move for reading of Bill 2026-39.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Fink,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Bill number 2026-39, a resolution supporting Teal Lake Village Phase 2 and authorizing the city contribution for sanitary sewer infrastructure. I move for passage of Bill 2026-39.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Fink,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Pay the bills.
Move to pay the bills.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Fink,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Council comments. Dr. Fink.
I don't think I have anything now. So, sorry.
Nothing exciting.
Yeah,
Okay.
weather's been nice.
It has been. Mr. Ray.
Jeep thing this Saturday, and then Sunday at the Historical Society, so if anybody is out there watching, be sure to attend those. And then Kurt Crane over at the Yard Waste, he's a spectacular guy, as always, so shout out to him. Is there any update on the HVAC at the 7-Eleven address? New City Hall?
That's a loaded question. Let's see here. We're in the process of evaluating everything still, so we've had Ameren out. Everything looks good for reuse of the electric side. We've talked to the people that service the HVAC system. That really is kind of in pending status because we're trying to see if we can turn on the water meter, because that's a whole water-driven chiller system.
Chiller,
And then if we can get that turned on, which we got word back that we can for $10, and then we can just shut it off right after that. We can charge everything, and then we can have them come in to test whether the system's actually without any kind of leaks or if we have any other issues there. But we're still kind of in the process of trying to figure out, do we want to do that now, or we're probably T-minus 1 or 2 council meetings away from getting a design team on board, so we may want to wait until the design team is on board and then have them involved too. So there's a little bit.
So what about temporary electricity and dehumidifiers?
Yeah, so we're moving on that.
Okay.
Cameron's getting their list of products that they're going to need together for like a transformer and things, and then we're working on a task order that we'll be bringing to you. I don't have it yet, but I should have it for our next meeting with Lumix Electrical, which would be our on-call electrician, and then we'll authorize them to work with Ameren. We'll get all that put in, we'll be able to restore power. So we're probably T-minus 2 months out from that, as far as
2 months to get a dehumidifier going in there?
actually getting power turned on is what it sounds like. Yeah, and actually having our crew working there. So,
Okay.
But we're airing it out in the meantime.
yeah, we're opening windows and trying to keep things moving so we don't end up having a repeat of last year.
Yeah. Excellent, thank you.
What about the bid for tearing down the hospital? How's that coming?
I hope to have it done in about 2.5 weeks, so I was hoping to have it done mid-June, which is now turned into sort of end of June, but it's not coming as quickly as I had hoped, so my apologies there for the delay.
But only a matter of weeks, or just a matter of weeks.
Yeah, we're not talking months by any means,
Yeah.
we're talking weeks.
Get you a sledgehammer. And get out there.
Well, on the weekends.
Do it.
If sledgehammer, go out on the weekend.
Do you have any comments?
Me?
Yeah.
Everything's just
Oh, did
wonderful.
you ask me for a comment?
No, I'm asking him.
Okay.
I'm just living the
He jumped
dream right
ahead.
here.
He jumped ahead. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Briggs?
Yeah, I just wanted, last week, I was able to tag along with some of the city people to the data conference center that was kind of controversial it was in Jeff City. It was, really the lead was taken by the Missouri Council counties, or counties, and there was at least I saw one commissioner from Audrain County there, but there were 5 of us from the city of Mexico. That was a packed meeting, and it was all centered around the data centers that are being built in Missouri. It was very informative, and it was very long. If you were there, those of you who were, it was very long, but it was very informative. And what I sort of learned and took away from it myself was that data centers, and there's Amazon's building a huge one in Montgomery City, there's another one being built in Warren County. There's certainly something that we're not going to just not have. I mean, they're here and they're coming. And sort of the essential thing I got from that meeting was that we all need, as a community and as a governing unit, we need to be prepared for what we're dealing with. We need to be informed. We need to think through these things. They do take a lot of energy, and they're tying into resources that the community uses. So there's a whole lot. And I thought the first person who really did the presentation, the first presentation made at that meeting was made by Mike Turner, who was from Loudoun County, Virginia. He's a commissioner, I think he was a commissioner there, I can't remember, their offices are different there, but essentially he was like the commission anyway, county commission. And he is in a county that has over 250 of them, and there's more down the pipeline, and they've had lots of experience with them. Loudoun County includes Dulles Airport, if you're wondering where that is. That's a huge, very wealthy, very busy, very developed community. He had a lot to share with us as far as what we need to pay attention to when we're dealing with the data centers coming. We have a governor who's very gung-ho data center, but as far as our community goes, I think we all need to just really pay attention. There are probably some things we need to do in case that we do have that decision to make about those. So anyway, it was a good meeting, and I just say keep your eyes and ears open and read and stay informed. So that's all I have to say.
Mr. Slagle?
Nothing at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Nothing really. We got blood drive for the football team on Friday, so hope to see everybody there. Donate blood. Saves lives.
Where and when is it?
It's at the high school.
At what time?
Yeah. It is 8 to noon. No, 10 to... No, 9 to 1. There you go, 9 to 1. Sorry. I had an assistant set it up. He was all gung-ho, so it's one of the few things I didn't have to take charge of, so I'm good with that. Nothing. It is nice out. Speaking of dehumidifiers, I was in Colorado for a week. You don't need a dehumidifier out there. There's no humidity. It was very nice, so to walk outside and not sweat when it was 85 degrees. So, but good to be back, and so that is all I have. Public comments. If you would like to come up and make a comment, please state your name, your address, and we will give you 3 minutes. Not seeing anybody?
Move adjourn.
Second?
Haig?
Yes.
Miller?
Yep.
Fink?
Yep.
Ray?
Yes.
Briggs?
Yes.